to it. Alright, so then I went through the, it took me a while because I went through the BIOS and went through all the CPU settings and just and fixed some things. So we got it down to the main 8 cores instead of using the extra 8. Let's slow it down for gaming. And also we'll check some RAM timing settings and also some boost clock settings, and added 200 megahertz boost clock potential. I don't know if I actually use it, but I've got it actually hardcore locked to 5.4, so I don't know if it would ever feel the need to go 200 more, and it might crash if it does, so we'll see. But anyway, what's our 1% lows looking like? We're pretty bad right there, but I want to look and see if there's a better GPU option also, because it might be where I could shuffle some money around and sell my old card and use that and actually get an even better card than this one for next to nothing price difference. You know what I mean? I need to look, because I kind of did a knee jerk and grabbed this, and no regrets about doing this, and that I'm certain the 7900 XTX will sell quick, and if it doesn't, no big deal, but I'll make more money. But and I've got other things for sale, but so I'll be okay. But the lows are well. Get this stream set up here. Sorry. But it might be the case that I can take this one back to Walmart, because the girl said if you don't like it, or for whatever reason, said just bring it back. She and I went to high school together, so she's been real chill about buying the card. Could be nice. So it might be the case we do a couple videos with this card, and then like we have already, and then order something faster that Walmart doesn't carry, or maybe get Walmart to ship it here to the local store. I don't know, maybe. See. So we're dropping frames, aren't we? I've upped the bandwidth to 11.5. Shows it's hitting it, but I see it dropping frames anyway. CPU usage looks good. GPU usage looks good. It says it's losing 12% frames. Latency super low at 4 milliseconds. Let me turn this off. I don't need to preview. That there. Yeah, I'm concerned about it. It's dropping frames 11%. And that could be because I got the bandwidth too high, or it could be because I got the encoding set too high. And it could be because maybe the eyes are asleep. They're on, because sometimes when they're asleep, it frame rate drops and affects everything. Okay, latency 5. GPU 56. Man, that's really low. Frame rate says 6. That's obviously right. Definitely 90. What is that rating? What is that? Hard to toggle the statistics. No, that didn't fix it. Okay. It's probably really low. The stream probably looks bad. Alright, let me look on my browser. I can't see this stream right now. Hey guys. What's up, people? Hola, amigo. That's all I know. I know Verde is green. I know Azure is blue. I've forgotten so much Spanish. You guys speaking except Portuguese though, and my bad. Sorry to insult. So the CPU looks kind of spiky right now, but it's CPU is very happy at 62%. This is good. Frame rate's good. Latency spikes, I'm seeing here and there, but CPU looks kind of spiky though. Why would be so unhappy? Using 8 cores instead of 16, maybe. So how do we reset the stats? Is it dropping frames? Why is it dropping frames? 3779. Yeah, it's steadily dropping frames. It could be because I got the bandwidth set too high. Seems like it's able to do it. Trying to change too many things at one time, so I'm probably causing some headaches for myself here. Favorite part of one of my favorite songs. That seems kind of spiky. Seems smoother with the 16 scores, but it could also be just the aspect ratio. We've got a fewer core count. We stretch it out. That would be the average of all the cores there. Looks good. 20 system memory. A little bit of hard drive activity on the 2 TB. Let's see. I'm commanding 11.5 on OBS. Looks like it's doing it for the most part, so it should be super sharp, but the GPU usage is real low. CPU usage is real low. So it seems happy. Oh, download and receive is... Oh, my download's real high. Have I got a video download? Hang on, I've got a video download somewhere. It's still showing we're dropping 16% of the frames. For some reason. Close a few things that I don't absolutely need. Sorry about all the bot spam in the Discord, but reconnecting after rebooting and stuff. I'll do that. I don't have OBS open twice or anything like that going on. All the browser windows, okay. Looking now. Closed a few things. Still uploading a lot. Why is it uploading so? Well, it should be uploading a lot. Why am I receiving so much? Usually I only receive that much unless I'm getting a download. I'm gonna check it on my windows, make sure I don't have my own stream open somewhere. I can find out what it is. What's bothering the GPU? OBS. Okay, nothing unusual there. It's using the network. OBS and Google Chrome. This process. Close that one. I don't think it'll crash. I must be watching my own stream or something, and I can't see it though. Stream's still up. Upload is not 10 anymore. I mean, it's sending 10 now, but it's not downloading 10. Alright, let's see if that gets the nah. Okay, the stream should look better now because it's not downloading a video in the background while it was uploading the video stream. Now CPU usage and everything should be a little bit better. Let's get these eyepieces on so the GPU is busy. 90 frames here, that's good. Looks sharp. Let's see what we get. Okay. Frames, low GPU usage. 1% low, so still low though. I'd like to see that closer to actual frame rate. Something about the GPU still struggling there, even though I've got it set real low. Usage is low. So it could be a video setting in the game, because the usage is low. Like memory's not overrun, CPU's not overrun. But even so, these don't match. And while technically I'm getting 90 frames in the VR unit, there's going to be some stuttering even with this low latency. There's something bothering it. I don't know if it's the game or just the VR or what. Should probably set all the video settings to low just to see if maybe there was one in minutes. Got it busy. Let's go very low. Latency should go really, really low, under 5. easily. Frame rate should come up. GPU usage should come down. Temp should come down. This 1% lows. That's showing the lowest 1% of the frames. The worst of it, frame rate. That should go up. So far, I've seen no difference. Let's go to the depth of field and any motion blur. Going into a server, so it looks like in the car view. B795, what's that one? Oh my gosh, I can't remember that. B7, is that uninterested? What is that? E7. Sunglasses in here, 7th place. I know some of these guys. That Take Naka guy, he's always really fast, super fast. I'm starting to see some of these same guys sometimes, so that's nice. Hopefully we'll get some of these guys to come to our Discord server. Once we get a chat box in there, we can talk to them. We get to they'll get to know us. Hopefully we can convert some to come over. Wrong scene. Okay. Well, I was showing you some VR stuff too. I mean some 2D stuff. 7 milliseconds with some spikes. Interesting. The car's driving by. What's the spikes? Who's spiking? Is it OBS spiking? No? Is that spiking? Windows? No. Why? Comics? No. Oh no. Hard drive. Windows event log is running. That ain't open. Because there's a bus, a pipeline between the CPU and GPU, and the hard drive rides that bus as well. So this running the hard drive can cause frame time issues, spikes. Can end it, but it'll probably come back and restart. Oh, I'm doing a little hard drive activity. Probably music. Pretty clean, pretty clean. Yeah. I've seen that before. Okay, Chrome is spiking up and down. 8%, 1%, 0. Chrome has really got some CPU usage moving around. Home is moving around so damn much you can't even click on her. Oh, I'm not scrolled to the top. That's why I couldn't see it. It was using so much I couldn't see it. So the Pi server's moving around a lot. Google Chrome's moving a lot. Maybe we should consider a different browser. It's looking kind of pixelated in the long distance. So latency, that's about as good as it's going to get. Let's figure out which one of these. Almost the music stream, because that's a file transfer basically. Something loose. Needs this one. Still seeing latency spikes. 5 milliseconds and then a 15.5. It's probably what's causing the 1% lows. So even though the GPU's not really bothered, the temp's low, and the CPU's not bothered and temp's low, there's some spikes going on in the GPU world. It's not really showing here. Network. Got something goofy going on there. This usage is pretty high, but it should be using cores that are meant for encoding. You know, a little buffering, so maybe the bandwidth is too high. What's up with this view? Yeah, it's too blurry at this resolution, and we're getting latency spikes. It's weird. Wish I had a graph of the latency. Oh, I know a way to do that. Yeah, let's do Alt-Z on this. And turn off these statistics. And turn on a better one. I'm going to have to install Reva's statistics tuner. And then we can get a graph of the frame time, and then we can see the spikes visually instead of just a number that's bouncing. So when we make a video card setting, because there might be some kind of setting, there's some setting, there is a setting, there's something going on that's making spikes. And sometimes it's in the game program, sometimes it's not. So we might even launch the game in 2D at low resolution, low graphic detail, and see if it's clean. If it's not clean, then that tells me it's not Pimax, it's not just Essential VR. Fact. Let's do that. And let's look at that. And it could be just because I'm I'm streaming with OBS. The CPU and GPU are all much busier than a normal computer. VR Ace. Desktop. Put the desktop up so you guys can see. Okay, that was an extra stream. Extra thing. Optimize a sucker. Let's close all these browser windows. It's a sucker really clean here. CPU super low now. CPU super low. Just uploading. Activity, kind of normalish. CPU looks happier. Seems and just a lot happier. What are we doing with our 11.5 setting? Yeah, it looks like I do it. The streams should look fucking real a lot better now. Ooh, that latency super low. So the browser was adding a lot of latency. May have been causing a lot of spikes. So was it the music? I opened just one thing. Okay. One tab. Just the stream. Yeah, I had a bunch of YouTube videos open. They weren't actually playing. They were all paused, but it was causing CPU and GPU usage and latency. Wow, that latency is super low. Of course, I've got the resolution of the playback super low too. Ooh, the eyepieces are off. Oh, okay. So that's, I forgot, we're in 2D. This is not video. Alright, so that tells me that even in 2D, the percent lows are not good. Why is that? And that looks good. 55 and 60 is good. You know, 90 frames, lowest latency possible, lowest CPU and GPU usage possible. That's what we're going to do here. Or 97 frames, only 200 frames. Percent lows are 150. Latency 6. Latency's moving around a little bit. Should be moving around much because there's nothing moving. So in VR, it's going to cut this in half. So if we're getting almost 200 frames in 2D, VR is going to be about 100. It's the 4K porn? Oh, I'm not going to lie, dude. I'm not going to lie. So the other day, I was like, it occurred to me, I was like, I got this badass VR headset, and I was like, I've never looked at VR porn before. So I went to this website, I just searched, like, VR porn or whatever. First thing that came up that said it was a VR thing. And what it was a video, and it plays it like in VR, so it has a left and a right eye, right? So on my desktop, it's a left and a right eye scene, and then in that video player, it's kind of like a game, an app. So you have to still have to fire up your Pimax software, and then you fire up that, and then you put on the VR goggle. Oh, pretty good, fellas, pretty good, I gotta say. So we may have to check that out again. Check that out again sometime. That was pretty interesting. So I just got a taste of it. Just checked it out for a minute. It was like, that's pretty cool, because you can kind of like look around and shit. And like, holy shit! And the actors, I did, man. So I gotta be honest. So the actors wear a helmet with a camera that's got two lenses on it. So I guess that's what, they're slightly separate angle probably, and that's how they record. So the aspect ratio, when I put the VR goggle on and played the video, was from that camera's perspective, which was mounted on this guy's head. So it was like a lady doing some business, and it was like, oh, it looks kind of like I'm the guy. It was pretty good. And, with 3D, you have some depth instead of it just being a flat panel on a monitor. It was like, and you can look around like this. Pretty good. I was like, and I was telling my dad the other day, I was like, because we were talking about internet speeds, and yeah, it was from their point of view, wherever the VR camera is set. And they could have a 360 VR camera. They could set one like in the middle of a room, and it has cameras all the way around. And with that, you would be, if you played that game or video in this case, you would be in that camera view, and you could look all the way around. Whereas with this porn thing I was checking out, the guy had the camera on his head, and it was just looking at wherever he was looking, because it was head mounted. It wasn't 360, so I could look around the scene from his point of view, but like I was moving my head around. Where I'll be a VR. Where I'll buy VR. Go to Pimax. Wait till I get an affiliate code, though. Maybe I'll get a kickback. And we'll sell the shit out of them more. But yeah, it was really cool. And I was telling my dad the other day, before I even experienced this, I was telling him the day we were talking about internet speed and fiber coming to the area and blah blah blah. And I said, Dad, do you know what the biggest innovator of technology is in the computer world? He was like, I don't know, bank systems. I said, that's close, Google, stuff like that. But I said, but actually it's porn. Porn is what drove the necessity for faster internet speeds back in the early 90s, because people were wanting to share videos and watch videos. Well, you had to call your internet service provider. It was like, we can't, we got 56K modems. We can't show people videos. We can barely show them pictures. It takes 3 minutes or 5 minutes to download one MP3 song. Now it's nearly instant. That was 56K back then. That was like less than a tenth of a megabit. And now I'm downloading at 500 megabit to 1,000 megabit. But anyway, so porn was the innovator, was what drove innovation. You have to have a demand and a supply problem. Well, there was a huge demand for internet porn, so these people who were sharing the videos couldn't share it on a 56K, so they had to call the ISP couldn't help them, so they had to call the phone company, Ma Bell, or Bell South, if you will, back then, and go, hey, I need a business phone line. It's something that's designed for thousands of phone calls simultaneously, but I want to use it for internet access. Bond all those lines together in a digital way, and it's all ones and zeros. I need a ton of bandwidth. Not just speed, I need bandwidth. So, you could buy a T1 phone line back then for about $1,500 one way. If you wanted a T1, which was 1.5 megabit, I've got 500 to 1,000 right now. For 1.5 megabit, a T1 line was $1,500 a month to increase your download speed. If you wanted to send it at 1,500, it was or if you want to send it 1.5 megabit, that was another $1,500. So you could spend 3,000. So like people like Joe Rogan that had crazy money in the 90s and then were internet savvy, that was a gamer, he had a T1 in his house. He was spending probably $1,500 to $3,000 a month to play Quake. You know what I'm saying? If you got that kind of money and you wanted low ping, dude could get a low ping. So, anyways, where were we? Latency is real low. Frame rate's real low. So it's clean in 2D. Frame rate super high. The percent lows are still not matching here. Got some frame rate. We got some frame rate jitter. Like I feel like the frame rate should be 200 and the percent lows, the 1% that are not rendering quickly, should be higher. We've got an Nvidia app. What could the Nvidia app possibly do for Assetto EVO? It doesn't even have. It has no suggestions for this game yet. Okay, so there's nothing in the Nvidia app in the way. We've got the game video settings all the way down, I believe. Now the resolution's real high because I'm on my desktop. Native AA, so FSR is not doing anything. Ooh, this is on. Let's turn that bullshit off. Missed one. That's fine. Just trying to make sure mirrors mode. This is a necessity, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this all back on. I've got to have this stuff on. Some things I can do without for pretty stuff. That's got to be on. 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 So this is the way the game should get almost the same latency and frame rate and look way better. Oh, really? What's up, crony? So Arch Linux is the distro, so to speak? You could probably post it on. Could you post it on Discord, maybe? Or post it on your YouTube. Upload it to your YouTube so you can get some hits on it. People would like to see how you did that. Let's see what we got here. So latency's definitely up a little bit from 4 or 5. And frame rate went from 200 to 170s. GPU usage went way up too. Interesting. So there is definitely a video setting it is not liking. And if it's causing a problem in 2D, it's causing a problem in 3D. Latency's down. Oh, latency's settling. Frame rate's not really up much. Latency's still spiky. So there's a video setting I got here. It's not doing too good here. Vehicle level of detail. I want to see 200 frames in like 3 or 4 milliseconds. Yeah, something's not right. Yeah, one of these settings is not. That's texture quality. You can go beyond what the video card can handle. Like, if you got like a 8 gig video card, turn the textures all the way to the moon, you can then do some issues. Especially in a game that doesn't handle textures correctly, like it doesn't recognize that the video card is out of memory and it keeps shoving too much data at it. It can cause weird stuff. Okay, GPU usage is still really high. Latency and frame rate's still not good, so I don't think the textures is causing a problem. Got plenty of video memory, that makes sense. Yes. Is it mirrors? There's a bunch of cars behind me with a bunch of lights on, so it could be the mirrors. And mirrors cost a lot, don't they? So the mirrors were definitely holding up the frame rate some, but it's still not getting to 200 and the latency's still high, so even the mirrors off. It's going to be the shadows in it. These are real-time shadows instead of baked shadows. So with all the lights, the shadows could be going crazy. Good, still not great. Dash displays. Let's go all the way down. Okay, so this is, and I don't even play in this resolution, so I won't let me change it. Why won't it let me change resolution? Is it because it's full screen or something? Full screen, any benefit? Ooh, frame rate increase with full screen. Big jump. Interesting. Or some of the graphic settings didn't change. Why can't I change? Adaptive VSync. That would be a good idea. And regular VSync. Turn it off so it's just not involved. Picked up frame rate, changing the full screen. That's interesting. Change the resolution. It's weird. Let's hit back. This view. Yeah, 209, 210 frames. Latency down to 5.2. Wow, I'm not seeing a 4 yet, but 5.2s. CPU, GPU usage is high. Eyes aren't doing there as much anymore. So let's see some OBS settings, see if there's anything that needs to be modified. That looks really nice there. CPU usage is actually pretty high because it's doing so many frames now. The 1% lows was still hitting about 150 no matter what, even though the frame rate average is higher. It still's got a percentage that's holding it down, and that's probably what's causing these latency spikes. CPU's not really that smooth. Let's see what's moving around a lot. CPU EVO. Let's pull it up. Yeah, EVO's jumping 25 to 40. That's a big jump, 25 to 40. So there's something in the game that's kind of jumping around. It could be the bots. Let's see. Let's get out of the session and maybe just get into a... Whoop, did it crash? No. Doesn't like me touching the task manager. It minimizes the game. Let's get here. Yeah, super low. This is best case. It's capped the frame rate in the lobby for some reason. Whoops. Is it frame rate cap? New frame rate limit 30. Which is nice because then everything cools down. But if you want to see if your frame rate is not good, I ain't got the menu on. Oh, it goes to 60, and VR can go on up, and here it's got a cap artificially somewhere. Really low latency. That was with VSync on. Interesting. At best, was it on? Give the same 3.2s and stuff with it off. So I'd say leave it off. All this is absolutely... And it's still the percent lows. Even when I cap it at 60 frames, can't do 60 frames. There's still frames spikes going on in the game. Probably it's in the games. See that? Latency just went from 12.9. So there's some... I wish we had like a frame analyzer, like a video game frame analyzer, so we could actually pinpoint what it is. Because there's not a setting. Now, this is interesting. There's not a setting that can get rid of that spike. So with that in mind, we'll set the game the way we like it. Just the settings that we feel are pretty much mandatory for any kind of immersion. Anything that helps with immersion, we turn on. Anything that hurts frame rate, we turn off. Filter inspect. Just let it render the world. That's pretty linear. Oops. What's the thumbnail goofed? Oh, is it that? Come on, YouTube, what you doing? What does that say? Upcoming schedule. Oh, this is upcoming. I guess it was like a draft or something. I see a video, but I don't see it. It says on the 12th. This is upcoming, so I don't know what that was. There we go. I'm going to see what it looks like. Still struggling to get above 150 with the lows. Let's begin. I need a tab for live. Where's our live stuff? Why is it so hard to find my own live stream? Profile live. There we go. I think the quality looks best here, actually. These DJs. Alright, let's hop out of there. Now what's bugging it? It was 100, it was 200 frames. Now it's got it busy. GPU usage is really high. Is this game acting goofy? Yeah, we can't get 150 anymore. It's like there's something going on with the game in the background that's weird. Could try that. That would keep it from having major dips. Remember a bunch of cars around, but right now I don't know why it's not going at 200 frames like it was just a minute ago. So I'll restart the game. That probably fix it. Yeah, I don't know if TikTok's always been weird for me as a streamer. Like, I don't know. I need to look at Kick again. And see if they've ever fixed that bandwidth upload limit that was driving me bananas. Because I just don't get much from Twitch. I don't get any money from YouTube or TikTok. Let's see. How do we... I know this stream's kind of off the rails. I'm not actually gaming, but stuff needs to be done. And some of it gotta be online to see off the desktop. I don't wanna stream my infos. We're uploading at 11.5 megabit now, so that's really close to upper limit of my bandwidth. Hopefully it doesn't buffer, and hopefully the clarity gets better and better and the pixelation goes down and down. So I'm trying to do all the things to really get ready for Battlefield 6 and EVO and right now too, of course. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was gonna restart the game. Let's see, is there anything running that shouldn't be? No. It's this frame rate capped to 60, so super let's see, yeah. If we go on an empty multiplayer server, that would be our best shot at being alone on the track without bots and things bugging us. Oh, a low ping, baby. There you go. Nobody on there. Lowest ping. That way it should unload that frame rate cap since we get out of the menu and onto the track. Alright. Oh yeah, I need to turn the desktop off. Put the VR view on. It'll be black screen for just a minute, but and then let's see what else. I think they were emailing me an email. Something. Just gonna check Kick and see if we can't stream to Kick instead of TikTok. I just don't get anything out of Kick, out of TikTok. But last time I tried, Kick was not happy with my resolution and how much I was uploading. They wanted to limit me to like 6 megabit, and ultra wide was just a black screen if I tried to go beyond that. So, let's see. So they sent me this code. Channel creator dashboard. There we go. Numbers offline. Okay. Studio channel settings. Profile. Look like the profile's kind of set up. Channel chat, roll screen, stream URL, and key. Stream offline. Looks like we did Battlefield 2042 last time. Alright. Settings, profile, security notifications. Okay, so I don't see anything on the Kick side I need to do for bandwidth settings or anything, but I might need. URL key. Okay, possibly. Yeah, work on multiple things at the same time. Yeah, the frame rate looks good here. Now we're on the track. Multiplayer, 192 frames. Latency 6 or 7. That's really good. It kept the frame to. Yeah, look at the stream. I'll try to stream the kick, so I'm gonna stop the stream and restart it.